Savannah Bananas. Yes, we're the first team ever named after a fruit.
I do all types of events, parties, business casual, weddings.
We teach low-income and minority students about how to obtain corporate and high-income careers.
This is the first NFT business, period.
I'm Jesse Cole.
My name is DJ Sophia.
My name is Joshua Pierce.
My name is Kevin Tall.
And I'm Andy Wynn, and this is My Hustle.
Either we go bankrupt if this doesn't work, or we will come one step up the ladder.
If you look at the age span within the company, the average age is around 22. Creed Media is a marketing agency specializing in Gen Z. Predominantly, we've been focusing on the entertainment industry and now entering into sports as well.
October 2018, we launched the company officially, and since then we have gone from me, Tim, up until now we're 55 people with our HQ in Stockholm, Sweden.
Creed is just at the beginning. He's a baby that is flourishing.
We really want to play the part of being young and being experienced, but also having the professional touch on it so they respect us and not only think that we're kids.
My name is Tim.
My name is Hugo.
And we're the co-founders of Creed Media.
And this is My Hustle. The services that we're currently providing our clients with is mainly influencer marketing, but also paid social, content creation, and strategy work.
So initially, Creed started as more of a company to go to for distribution across social media. So that being then, just as Hugo mentioned, influencer marketing.
So we work with accounts on Instagram that were sports pages, that were food pages, and then we created memes and distributed those across hundreds of Instagram accounts.
Working with the team of Trevor Daniel, an artist in the US, who had a breakthrough moment with a song called Falling in 2019. That song becoming the global hit that it became, with more than 1 billion streams on Spotify today, was sort of the first time where we really did see the direct impact. Our work is not just throwing money around and paying influencers to do fun videos or dances or whatever, but the result of a perfectly executed campaign or strategy work, or whatever it is.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Creed office.
Yeah, exactly. So this room right here, it's the reception, and very close to that we also have a phone booth where people can play guitar. Usually that's mainly me. Here we have some fun memory lane stuff for us. So we have like Dean Lewis Waves, and we have Keanu Reeves by Logic, and I Want to Know by NOTD. We think it's fun to just have some plaques on the wall to sort of, be able to see some sort of physical result of the accomplishments that we've done, but we've been really bad at ordering more. Yeah. It's pretty insane to feel like we've gone from the size of our phone booths as an office to this like super creative and chill place where
it's
really,
a second home, basically.
Yeah. Another super fun campaign that we did, which was also in 2020, was for the artist Simba with a song called Rover. In the US, for example, there's a lot of dance trends happening on TikTok, but Simba's Rover was one of the first really big ones in the UK. That one started having an impact in Australia, if I remember correctly, before then entering into the country. The driving factors was from abroad, then pulling it into the country where the audiences and the users of TikTok started following the dance trend that had been established abroad. So I got the idea of wanting to start a management company focusing on social media creators, of which I had sort of put up a list of all the talents that I wanted to approach with this idea. I was down drinking coffee with a friend, sort of talking about the frustration of not being able to sign these talents, when I see all these social media creators entering the restaurant, but sitting at a table across the room with a guy in a Gucci cap, Metallica t-shirt and ripped jeans, and that happened to be Hugo signing them there and then.
Underneath your desk.
Yeah, underneath my desk, basically in front of my eyes. So from there on, like sort of our arch nemesis vibe started happening. And then for 2 years, we basically hated each other until we became friends.
Yeah, we had to do a project together for a big actor here in Sweden.
We put together the video. We wrote the script with him, we produced the video with him, and then distributed the video on the 3rd day. And then within a week's time of that, it became top 10 most viral videos in Sweden of that year. And from there, we sort of understood that there's synergies here and an energy where when we work under stress and pressure, we do great things together. The first year, I would say, was basically us just traveling all around the world and reinvesting every money earned into new plane tickets, trying to get meetings that would open doors for us to bring our services abroad.
Every big expense that we did was basically, even if either we go bankrupt if this doesn't work, or we will come one step up the ladder.
We always had sort of the feeling that we were in the office that we're at today at that time. So we were like always living with a vision of where we wanted to be, and with that almost feeling like we were already there.
It was a lot of fake it till you make it. It looked a lot bigger than it was. Even day one, we were the biggest music marketing agency on the planet. And we really embraced that, and in our heads, we were the biggest. So in the middle of 2020, I sat down with Tim and we started speaking about what's the next steps for Creed. We felt like we had come to a position in the music industry that was quite unique and quite big globally. The conclusion of that conversation was maybe sports is the next move for us. So how do we build an entertainment media company and not only a music media company? And really randomly, we met with Andrea and the Acer Group when we were in London for a trip.
I am Andrea Radrizzani, founder and chairman of Acer Ventures. Acer Ventures is an investing platform focused on sports, media and technology. Our major assets could be Eleven Sports, Live Now, and also Leeds United, our soccer team.
So we had the meeting, and I'd say a month after that, we got a call from Andrea and basically saying, I want to invest in Creed and I want to become partners in a more in-depth way.
First of all, I found two young smart boys that at the age of 23 and 26, they were already entrepreneurs. I saw in them the opportunity to integrate the digital marketing expertise they have with some of our businesses and take their expertise also in sports industry. They have been doing a fantastic job in music. They can expand this quickly into other sectors.
The vision that we had for Creed and the vision that he had for the Acer Group, I think that there was a lot of synergies in between that.
What we really wanted is a partner that could help us expand. A partner that could make introductions to big companies, that could help us set up shop in different countries. But also now, when we have the cash, also see how can we build out and scale up the company even faster.
From day one, we understand each other a lot. When we have brainstorming, we think likewise. We have a generational gap. We get along very well. This is a great opportunity for Creed Media to scale up, and I think this year was phenomenal for them.
Motivation comes natural to us, I'd say. It's very simple. We built a company that we really want to work for. So every day we're happy to go to work, we're happy to do the work, we enjoy every second of it.
Seeing the impact that our work can have both externally, but also the impact we have internally within the company, we've always said that we want to be enablers, and especially enablers of passion.
I don't think I'd be able to do this myself. I don't think you would be able to do it yourself, but together we can become this superhero of CEOs.
I would say that hustle for me is basically finding opportunity in every problem that you're faced with. And with that being said, finding solutions to get to your end goal, whatever means necessary.
So hustle for me, I'd say, is when you do something that you love and you're able to do 24/7, 365 days a year, and you don't get tired of it.
Sometimes when you're young, and I did the same, you focus too much on what you want to become and not on your day every day. So just focus on do your best every day and everything else will come.
So the next steps for Creed is to finalize and fulfill the vision. We have a triangle that we've been working on since the beginning, and it's basically we have an agency that's now Creed Media. We have a leg with media. That's a company we have that build out media channels. And the third one is commerce. So our main goal is to connect those dots into a triangle of synergies that all work together.
Coming up next. Well, she's a DJ on the rise, and she's only 11 years old.
Everybody, please give it up for DJ Sophia.
Well, she's a DJ on the rise, and she's only 11 years old.
Everybody, please give it up for DJ Sophia.
Everything needs to be perfect, a precise scratch. Everything is on beat.
DJ Sophia.
I like everything about DJing pretty much. I love the crowd. I love the smiles that it puts on their faces when they see me, because you don't really expect a 13-year-old DJ from Delaware. I do all types of events, parties, business casual, weddings. I listen to all types of music and I DJ all types of music. Hi, my name is DJ Sophia. I'm 13 years old and this is my hustle.
She is the future of hip-hop, the one and only DJ Sophia rocks.
Here we go. DJing is music that spins on two different turntables, a mixer, and it's a type of vibe and energy that faces off the crowd and what they want to hear. I was 2 when I first started really getting into it, and you know, every day, little by little, I kept messing around with equipment and scratching, and my dad was a DJ and he still is a DJ, and so when he would get on the turntables and mess around with it, I would always be playing around with the equipment.
She was a very interested little girl. Anytime I would get on the turntables, Sophia was right there. It was a magical moment to see that because it's the start of something.
I kind of just explored it for myself, and then when he realized that I could really have a talent in this, he started explaining the basics. This is a turntable, this is a record, this is a fader. That's when I really realized that this is not a toy, this is something that is going to be my career.
DJ Sophia just made my daughter's birthday such a special affair, a dope occasion, man. She did a thing.
Sophia's resume is incredible, from corporate parties to weddings to celebrity events.
I did Chris Brown's daughter's birthday party. I think that was a crazy one because it was jungle themed. I did Dwayne Wade's daughter's birthday party. And the first time I did the Knicks event, that one was really fun. The vibe and energy everybody brought, it was just so fun. My normal days kind of feel like I wake up at 5 every morning. I start school at 7:30, but today was a different day because we're going to the New York Knicks game today. So now we are getting ready to head over to Madison Square Garden and do our sound check. Spending time in New York, it's always fun, and everything, the lights and the people and Madison Square Garden itself, and it's still the excitement of coming up here and knowing you're gonna have fun that really drives me and brings me back. Just add in some songs that I think we're gonna play, adding them to the crate, adding them to my list, because they gave us some extra songs that we could use. So now I'm going to use them in my mixes. Those are all like crates from 80 to 90 beats per minute. BPM is beats per minute. Faster songs have a higher beats per minute. Slower songs have a slower beats per minute. So if you have one song that's 100 beats per minute and one song that's 94, you have to move the pitch control to match that beat. So either you're speeding it up or slowing it down. That's my technique on where I like to be at. And I always eventually either progress in speed or I slow down, depending on how the event is and what the event is. This is really different because I know this crowd, and you know, it's a basketball game. We want to get them hype. I'm doing the warm-up mix for the players. I want to get them ready, the blood flowing. So I like to play fast music and high BPMs for this type of event. Sound check, we normally see what the sound levels are at. Sometimes on the Megatron, I see my face when they're practicing all the different slides and different videos that they're gonna play on the Megatron, so that's super cool to see that too. DJ Sophia, check 1, 2. Also, during my day, I do the warm-up for the New York Knicks players. I do 2 TV timeouts, and I do the halftime mix. Your energy depends on the crowd's energy. If you're not really feeling it and not really in the mood, that's what the crowd's gonna feel, you know? And that's the music you're gonna play. But if you're hyped up and happy and having a great time, you know the crowd's gonna feel that energy just if you were with anybody else. So I always just start off by playing classic songs that everybody knows. I feel like you have to really know your crowd and what you're doing. And by knowing that, you can pick the right music that you want to play and that you think they might want to hear. So first time I did it, it was a full stadium, 20,000 people, and it was my first time being to Madison Square Garden. I just loved it because, you know, seeing the crowd and seeing the fans' reaction to the music, it's always so great. I do always get a little nervous, I get a little shaky. When I play that first song, all those nerves, all those butterflies go away, and I'm just like, you know what, let's live in the moment. Everybody's enjoying it, and the real happiness really kicks in. There's always new things that I haven't learned yet. I want some more followers and some more fans. My goal is 100,000. I'm at 55,000 right now. And then obviously that goal is gonna go on to be 1 million and 2 million subscribers and 2 million followers. Also to be a tour DJ. I love traveling, and so I feel like that would be really, really cool as well. I really look up to DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Now I know I always say Bubble Wrap Stevie and Bubble Wrap Shaka, but we got a Bubble Wrap DJ Sophia, y'all. We gotta keep her safe.
I used to watch that when I was younger, and I was like, man, like he's traveling everywhere. And someone I really look up to is my dad as well.
When we go around to these events, a lot of people look up to DJ Sophia and they love the fact that she is the next generation. She's moving in a great direction to build her brand. We're just excited.
DJing is something anybody can fall in love with. Doing parties, having fun, traveling around the world, dancing with the crowd and dancing with everybody, and it's such an experience that I'm glad I get to have every day.
Coming up next.
If I had to guess, I would guess I've probably put together between 80 and 100 sets in my lifetime. My name is Rodrigo Blankenship. I'm a place kicker for the Indianapolis Colts, and my passions are Legos and sneakers. Big bag. I know my kitten is going to be very interested in about 10 seconds. Oh, there he is. In training camp, I was in competition with another kicker to be the guy. There wasn't anything else that I could do to help my case. I had kicked all the kicks that I was going to kick, and so I just needed something to take my mind off of it. I picked up a little Lego Ferrari set and just put me in a good headspace while we waited for that time to come. And so I just figured what better way to do that than to build some Legos.
Pause for 1 second.
Sure. What's he?
She found another.
Oh, Lucas, you found the mic. Uh-oh. That's not cool. I knew you were going to be too much. We are here in my basement. This is my Indianapolis part of my collection. If I had to guess, I would guess I've probably put together between 80 and 100 sets in my lifetime. Basically, in order from closest to furthest, you have the progression of what the clone troopers looked like in the movies. Normal sized Millennium Falcon. This is like a lot of the Marvel stuff that I have right now. Spin, I think it's pretty cool. Playing football and soccer for a very long time, our coaches always preach to us having attention to detail, and it's the little things that, that go a long way. And especially when you're concerned with little things such as little Lego pieces, having attention to detail is definitely important to make sure that your end product turns out how it's supposed to. A set like an Ultimate Collector Series type set or a Master Builder Series type set, you may only get them on the Lego website or in an actual Lego store. If it's a case like that, then I'll just basically be camping out on my laptop or camping out on my phone, waiting for that time to roll over on the Lego website to try and refresh, to be able to get in and either secure my pre-order or just be able to add it to cart and check out with the item. So I think the next thing to do is to head upstairs and go check out my sneaker collection. Got about somewhere between 80 and 90 pairs of sneakers. This rack has got a lot of Boost shoes, whether it's Ultra Boosts or Pure Boost, NMDs. Over on this rack, we've got a lot of Yeezys that also incorporate Boost. So, you know, comfort is something that I'm really prioritizing with my sneakers right now. For lots of pairs of the sneakers that you'll see here, I have like a corresponding pair of socks that goes with it. For example, the shoes that I have on right now are some Adidas shoes that they did in a collaboration with Marvel. And then I have some matching socks that are also like the Infinity Gauntlet style, where they have the Infinity Stones or the Infinity Gems on them. So I've got a couple more examples here, like these socks right here are Captain Marvel socks, and they go with this pair right here of Captain Marvel shoes. One more example that I've got here is these Galaxy socks that I like to wear with these Galaxy Air Max 90s. Once I got to the University of Georgia, I started to notice that the Hot Rod nickname was starting to catch on. My mother tried to start that nickname when I was in high school. I don't think it was my mother's doing. I think it was just the fans. My fondest moment of this season would definitely be the Green Bay game, having a game winner there in overtime. So what we have right here is the ball that I kicked. If I was put on the field to play another position, I think I'd be a quarterback. Every specialist at heart secretly wanted to be a quarterback. Who makes the better Jedi, me or Tom Brady? Tom Brady would be like the Jedi Master. I don't want to say I'm a Padawan, but I feel like now I'm like a Jedi Knight. I have some experience, but I still have a long way to go. I guess for now, I'm gonna say Tom, but I'm coming for you. I think in terms of other athletes that have worn glasses that, you know, I looked up to, my dad had always talked about Eric Dickerson, one of the greatest running backs to ever play. And then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was another one. You know, there's no reason to be ashamed of it, and there's no reason you can't be proud to wear glasses. You know, just accept that it's part of who you are, and just let your performance do the talking, and, you know, everything else will take care of itself. I think we're done.